Hey friends, Jonathan Neal here. Today I wanted to talk to you about one of the most common fitness myths that I've ever heard, and honestly I've been in the fitness industry now for a little over 10 years, and this has been here before I even got in the industry, and it's still around, and I still see people talking about it. Even, unfortunately, even I see professional fitness people using this, and often they're using it as a marketing ploy because they know that people believe this nonsense, and so they're like, well, I'll use that as one of my bullet points on my flyer to get you in here. You know, we'll be like, oh, we're gonna do lots of core, so we're gonna flatten your tummy. This myth is what we call spot reduction. And it's this idea that if a very common myth, and I see where it comes from, and there's actually a little bit of, in a way, a little bit of truth to it, as there are often with all things. But this idea is that if I wanna get rid of body fat from a certain place on my body, that I work that area especially hard. And there's no scientific evidence whatsoever to back this up. That you know, say I want to get rid of my jiggly arm here, and I want to get rid of this, so I'm going to get my rope out, I'm going to do all my tricep extensions, and then after that I'm going to get down and do my close grip push-ups to really wear on the tricep, because I got to get rid of this, and so I'm just going to, I want to feel the burn right there, because that's got to be fat burning, right? But that's not actually what's happening in the body. If you feel the burn right here, your muscle is burning. And that'll cause strengthening of that muscle, and that's good. But it's not actually going to cause any extra burning of fat from that area. Now, it might cause the burning of fat and burning of calories just because you're exercising, and that's fine. But you're going to get actually a better result from doing more of a full body workout than you are from just focusing on that point. The idea being, again, I mean, this is a common thing. Like, you hear a lot of people say they want to get a flat tummy, so they go to the core ab classes and all this stuff, and they're working their abs over and over again, and that's fine. Core strength is important, but it's not accurate that if I do a lot of ab exercises, that's going to have any more effect on the loss of belly fat than, say, doing a lot of leg exercises or upper body. Exercise in general is going to help you burn calories and therefore burn fat, but you know, trying to aim at a specific area will only strengthen that specific area, which is good, but it won't cause you to burn any more fat in that area. So the most effective thing to burning body fat in general is just to use your whole body, do full body exercises, or you know, break the body into parts and make sure you're working the whole body, because that's what's going to burn the most calories, and over time that's what's going to burn off the fat. In fact, focusing on an area, like let's again use the example of the triceps. This is a relatively small muscle. So if your whole workout revolves around this, you're not really going to be burning as many calories than if you're doing a variety of exercises and using larger muscle groups like your thighs or your glutes or your chest or your lats and back. So your best bet, again, is just to really stick to a consistent workout regimen. And most important, if you're trying to lose fat, is going to be what you're eating. So if you're out eating processed foods and eating too much of them, then it doesn't matter how many tricep extensions and push-ups you did that day, fat's still going to come on the body. And it's really largely going to be chosen where it comes on based upon your hormones and based upon genetics. So the only thing that you have control over is how hard you work to burn off fat in general. Now, that being said, there's one other caution that I put towards the idea of spot reduction, and the trouble I find with spot reduction is this. If I'm really, again, let's use this example of the tricep, if I'm really trying to get rid of this and I keep wailing on my tricep over everything else, then I'm going to most likely start to create some pretty big muscle imbalances. So I'm going to end up with a really strong tricep and probably weaker in biceps and other areas of the body, and that's going to create misalignment and dysfunction. So, these kind of myths like this, even though if they seem harmless and it's like, well, at least they're working out, there's actually an element of danger to them. Now, when I said there's a little bit of truth in this as well, I'll share that part as well. So again, say I'm working on my tricep and I want this area to firm up. Well, if I keep working on the tricep, I might build some muscle there, and so when I touch it, it'll feel like, yeah, that area is firming up, but we really haven't lost, it hasn't necessarily targeted or lost any extra fat from there. Body fat being a ratio means that if the muscle grows, even if you don't lose any fat, it'll seem firmer, just because it's that ratio of how much fat is there compared to muscle. So, but I personally suggest not going the route of trying to hit a specific area really hard. Work your whole body. Your whole body is designed to work in unison. And you know, this idea of spot reduction sounds great and it looks good on a flyer for a boot camp or something. But the reality is that there's no scientific evidence to back it up. So your best bet, again, sound nutrition, eating well is going to trump everything else. You can work out as hard as you want, but if you're eating like shit, then it's just not going to work out for you. And you got to exercise, but again, exercise consistently. The consistency of this is what's going to burn the pounds off over time. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and comment below and I'll do my best to get back to you. If you like this kind of content and you would like to see more of it, go ahead and subscribe. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Train hard, but train smart as well. Thank you.